Biafra, superstars, media.
A human being being sliced into two. Can you imagine such a thing? Biafra is going to emerge as a nation. Despite the support of Britain, Russia, Egypt, and some other friends of Nigeria, we all will surely come out as a nation because we are fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
I want to use this opportunity to call on the committee for prayers for Gowon. Number one in this committee is Dominica Olewune Chinyere Apple, Blessing Nzom, Gregory Onyejuwa, Chinedu Aguyi, and Presence Odohunoge. This committee will be the official prayer warriors for Gowon to be alive till December. Your prayer point is to pray day and night for Gowon to be alive till December. He will be alive and witness something in December of 2024. There is no other prayer point. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out in a historic manner. We have promised Biafra that the prayers that were prayed so far is working. And for the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not given up, believe me, I know what he is made of. Our most important prayer today is for Gowon to be alive till December. Let him not die. It is very, very important, so that the prophecy of our eternal leader will come to pass. He will be alive to see Biafra.
Fellow Biafrans, I present to you the Biafran Golden Child. Thank you.
It's about time everybody goes their separate ways. Nigeria has failed. What Gowon said in 1970, go on, that we should go on with one Nigeria. The tax to keeping Nigeria one is a tax that has to be done. It has failed woefully. And I know Gowon is still alive. I'm sure he doesn't sleep with his both eyes closed. This is a country he midwifed. When the opportunity came, when he should have done the right thing, when he should have capitulated to Ojukwu, our great Ojukwu, revered Ojukwu, and told him, okay, let's see how it works. He did it. When he should have lifted to the burial court, he did not. And so Nigeria has failed woefully as a failed state. Even the world press, different polls that are taken by the World Bank, different polls coming from the different organizations, who assess countries and see what they are doing about their inflations, what they're doing about their GP, what they're doing about their people. Everybody has given a final verdict. The final evaluation for Nigeria is that it has failed beyond reasonable expectation. That Nigeria has gone back over 50 years. No improvement, no appreciation in any level, nothing positive has happened. And the so-called government in power has become a colossal failure. They said they were going to hit the ground running. I mean, it was just mere talk. Apparently, they were just telling that to the Marines. They were just doing a bombastic talking. It has failed. Nigeria has failed. The Tinubu administration has failed this country. And so it's a very wonderful time. It's an opposite time, actually. Very good time for Biafra Republic, to emerge. And equally, let's talk about the suppressive, the expensive government, with expensive demands by politicians. Private jets have been acquired. Private jets that cost monumental millions, trillions have been requested for. Some have been acquired secretly. Bulletproof jeeps have been imported from Japan and Germany at a colossal amount. Not just for the president, not just for the vice, not just for the Senate president, not just for senators. Even ministers are clamoring for, bulletproof jeeps. Who are they running from? If you say you are duly elected, if you say your people loved you and gave you the opportunity, why are you scared? Why do you need over 24 policemen to move around? Why do you go with envoys Envoys comprising the military, the navy, and the police. Anywhere you're going, if you say you are loved by the people, it's my turn. Emilio con. Why are you going in convoys? Why are you why are you going with bodyguards everywhere? A convoy of close to a dozen, more than 2 dozen policemen, army men, navy men at every point in time. It's a very big disgrace. The time is right for Biafra, and Biafra will succeed this time. You know, yes. Then what about the apathy of the workers? Let's talk about the apathy of the workers. You know, every day we are hearing minimum wage. It should be this, it should be that. The NLC will say their own. What will benefit the workers? The government will say their own. This is what we think we can afford. And so generally the apathy. The workers have developed an apathy to this government. They have developed an apathy to the whole of Nigerian infrastructure because nothing is working. You don't count us worthwhile. You don't think we are worthwhile. You don't think our efforts will count. We are not appreciated. You know, if you cannot pay us the kind of money we expect, that will give us a minimum wage, that will give us a reasonable income. So what do you want us to do? There's a great apathy among the workers, and they are tired because the leadership and government has failed them. All the money in the country is being spent by the politicians, by the so-called people in power. Meanwhile, the workers are suffering. Civil servants are suffering. When they discover that their directors have embezzled money, when they do the whistle blowing, they are eventually thrown out. They see the same director back tomorrow. Everybody cares for their plight. If the government cannot pay them any reasonable wage, even at the federal center, if the state cannot afford the minimum wage, that will not pay them. Then what are they working for? So these workers are clamoring for change. Everybody is looking forward, to a savior to come. And I tell you sincerely, that savior is Biafra. That savior is regional government. Everybody should go on his own. The coast is clear. Let the north go. They say they are born to rule. Let them go and rule themselves. Let the west go. Yes. Let the east, let the south come together as Biafra. Let us move forward. Yes. This is the time. It is right. Yes. For us to, embrace this republic, the new republic that is coming. Because nobody cares for the worker. Nobody cares if he lives or dies. Nobody cares if he doesn't pay his children's school fees. Nobody cares if the children are back at home. It's very unfortunate. This is the time for Biafra. Let's look at the students, the plight of the students too. Students are, restive in the universities. Today they are hearing strike. ASU wants to go on strike. Tomorrow they're hearing that the lecturers want to down tools. Next tomorrow they're hearing that school fees have been increased. The other one they're hearing that hostels, they cannot afford the so-called hostel fees anymore because of NEPA, depending on what brand you are, is it band A, is it band B, you pay so much. NEPA tariffs have gotten so high, most of the hostels don't have light. And so students are restive. Students they're poor that their parents cannot feed them. Even the little ones at home cannot feed. The so-called kwashoko is coming back. It's not the kwashoko that happened between 1967 and 1970 now. Now it's coming even in 2024 because a lot of people cannot feed. We are seeing children with pot bellies now. We are seeing adults falling here and there. With the other day, somebody was arrested because he went to the market and tried to scoop Gary from a Gary seller. And the woman raised alarm. He was beaten black and blue. It's just unfortunate. Nigerians are still in Gary now just to drink Gary and survive. And we have a government that says it's my turn. We have a federal government that said it's all-encompassing. We have the federal might. This is the same country where at one point, General YAKUBU Gowon, the same man who frustrated the Biafra movement, who fought our dear leader, the eminent, he came by name, who fought him and made Biafra, not to be achieved. This same Gowon was telling this world, telling the whole world at one point, because of so much money that came from oil, he was telling the world that Nigeria has so much money. Our problem is how to spend it. The problem of Nigeria is how to spend our money. We have so much money. This was what a man who called himself the head of state boasted to the whole world. The same country you said had so much money because oil was discovered from the east, discovered from the southeast, discovered from the south, discovered from the southwest. The same oil that you roguishly, moved away from eastern region and took it down to the north, took it down to all places, sold in the market. You came and told the world Nigeria's problem is that we have too much money. We don't know how to spend it. I wish he's listening to me. I wish he can listen to my voice. Gowon was one of those who killed this country because at a time when a stitch could have saved, a stitch in time could have saved this country, they allowed it to fritter into this condition today. Biafra's time is now. There's no going back. This is the best time. Yes, this is the best time to go on. The food shortage and the economic, breakdown is everywhere. It's everywhere. More than everybody is feeling it. Where are we headed? Where are we headed? Today, farmers have been kidnapped, ambushed. Somebody goes to his farm to check his yams, to check his corn. He moves there with his family and his family. By the evening time, you hear that they've been kidnapped. Nobody could see them. Next 3 days, you see limbs. You see a face here. You see a head here. You see a leg here. You see a hand here, an arm here. You see this here. And people, that's the farmer. That is this. This is what has been happening in this country. And you say Nigeria is one. You say we can continue like this. No way. Biafra has come. This is the right time. The opportunities are good for it. Yes, this is the best time. Thank God. Thank God our dear Prime Minister, has fixed a 2nd December 2024. This is the best time. We're in July now. The soon time we'll be entering the Ember months. And then all efforts will be geared towards that declaration, that D-Day. Yes, of course. This is the best time for Biafra. Yes. This is the best time for Biafra. Yes. More than at any time, before. This is the best time. Yes. It's now clear, very obvious that everybody, even the blind, even the mad person, even the baby in the womb, has seen that Nigeria has failed. It has failed economically. It has failed politically. It has failed health-wise. All the amenities in the hospitals are beyond the common man. Medicine, simple medicines, cannot be afforded by families anymore for their loved ones. All the antibiotics that can take care of the most minute of diseases is beyond the cost of the common man. Meanwhile, the political class, the president jets out every now and then. If he's not going to France, he's going to England to take care of his health, to do a health check. The vice president jets out any time he wants. If he's not to America, he's going to Germany to check his health. Likewise, the senator, likewise the House of Rep members, likewise every politician, likewise every governor. What is the plight of the ordinary man? Nobody. Pray to your God. People have started rushing to church. The other day I saw somebody who was heavily pregnant and on the verge of delivery, and they said they didn't have money to go to the hospital. They were rushing her to church. I heard her neighbor saying, "Where are you going?" And the husband said, "We're taking her to the church." You're taking a woman on the verge of delivery to the church. Who will deliver her? The pastor? You want God to come out in flesh and deliver her? It's an unfortunate. It looks like it's beyond us. But truly, this is the situation in the country. People have gone beyond anything imaginable. Nigerians have seen the worst. We have seen, or somebody said, we have seen our back. When a man says he has seen his back, you know that it's all over for him. He has reached the bottomless pit. Yes, somebody, this same, I guess it was Donald Trump, former American president, who said Nigeria was a pit. A pit. He said Nigeria was a pit. That's the place where beyond something that is even surprised human beings are living there. Nigeria is a pit. Pit. A piece of shit. Sorry about my language. That's what he said. Nigeria is a pit. So it's just unfortunately where we're going. But we are very hopeful. We're very hopeful that thanks be to our able Prime Minister, December is a good one. We're already in July. The times are counting, the seconds are counting, the minutes are counting, the hours are counting. So we are sure it's going to go. We're getting there. We're on the right track. We're on the right track. So far, so good. We're on the right track. It doesn't matter the intimidations. The other day, the Nigerian Defense Minister, he came out, Chief of Defense Staff. He came out, somebody, Musa, he was saying that we have written Nigeria. I can comfortably tell you, I can reliably tell you that we have sent the strongly worded notices to Finland and some European countries to extradite, send back this man, Frank Epa Njoku, bring him back for threatening to, for insurrection, for treasonable felonies, for fighting people against Nigeria. Bring him here, let us deal with him. Don't hold him back. But I laughed at him. How do you bring back a man who's saying the truth? a man who's, very much aware of his rights and privileges, a man who knows that the good things we are enjoying in foreign lands, everything in the foreign land can equally be happening here. The good roads, the economy that is standard, and stable, the lighting, the power they've gotten right. The man has seen it all. He has seen their roads. This is not roads where contractors are giving billions to start a road, and the money is shared between the contractor and the government or the government representative. This is not a place where somebody will say, I've built an airport. There's an airport. I've spent billions of dollars for an airport. And you go there, it only exists on paper. This is not a place where they say they have created oil refineries. They have built this, built that, and tomorrow you are still importing oil. Nigeria is a miscall. Unfortunately, Nigeria is a miscall, and this is the best time for Biafra Republic to emerge, because you'll be surprised. There's no going back. Everybody who is in Nigeria is fed up with this country. Everybody, no matter how highly placed, everybody, no matter this level of education, everybody, no matter what funds he has, except you are the thief, except you are those who have benefited from corruption, except you are those who are licking the feet of this so-called cabal that have held this country by the throats. Nigerians are fed up. Everybody is asking for a new dimension, and Biafra is the solution for us in the East, for those of us who are Igbos, for those of us who have thinking minds, for those of us who experienced the pogrom between 1960 and 1970, for those of us who lost our loved ones, for those of us whose fathers were taken away from there, for those of us who brothers, sisters were taken as slaves, moved, killed, shot at as if they were robbers, for those of us whose mummies were raped, for those of us whose sisters were raped many times, brutally raped and murdered, for those of us whose sisters were abducted and taken to strange alien lands, forced to be, prostitutes, forced to be concubines, forced to join a religion they know nothing about. The time is now. The time is right. Biafra Republic this is your best time, and I'm thankful that we have a brave prime minister, a brave and formidable prime minister who knows the onions is on him to prove, his mettle. We believe in him. Our elder and leader, Nnamdi Kanu, it doesn't matter he's incarcerated, it doesn't matter where he is. We know he's a leader with a conscience. He's a leader that has seen tomorrow. And they anointed Simon Ekpa to take us to the promised land. It doesn't matter whether it's with us or not. We know he's a leader to be trusted. So please, once again, let's rally around Simon Ekpa. Let's move this country forward. We will achieve Biafra. Let's start burning the candles. Let's start propagating the message. Let us start telling people about it, so that even children will look forward to it. So that come December 2nd, 2024, Eureka, we shall celebrate. And everybody shall come out and sing the Biafra anthem. I wish I could sing it here. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, our brother Biafra, golden child. We say a big thank you for the submission. Fellow Biafrans, those listening to us all across the world, lovers of freedom and the lovers of humanity, you have heard from our Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoku. You have heard from the submission of our good brother, the Biafran golden child, a man who had an eyewitness account of the war. And today, I want to ask General YAKUBU Gowon, was it worth it? Was the 7 million lives of children worth it? Is this the Nigeria you fought for? Is this the Nigeria you fought to keep as one? Is this the Nigeria you bargained the life of 7 million children for? Go on, you will not die. Not now. You will not die, because I will keep on praying to the God of Biafra that you must be an eyewitness to the freedom of the children of Biafra. those you chose to take the life of. You will not die. You will be alive to see us regain our freedom. We're on a countdown. The month is now July, I believe. And before you know it, we'll be in August, September, October, November, and December. From the 2nd of December, God willing, you will see the game has changed. This man they call Gowon must not die because he is responsible. And all this could have been avoided. Look at the suffering of those that believe in Nigeria. Even those from the north, that they have ruled that country for so many a time. Look at their people. Look at their children. Look at the southwest, the land of Oduduwa. Despite they have a president in the helm of affairs, but they're still going to hell. That's to show you a tribalistic country can never work. Not today, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Go on, you will not die because you put my people through hell. You must see the freedom of my people. You had the opportunity to solve all this nonsense. You had a mutual understanding, a mutual agreement with Ojukwu in Ghana. You went to Aburi, you had a discussion in Aburi. All the itineraries were discussed, were dialogued and signed off. Agreed. Even towards the end, you had the audacity to have a food from the same plate with Ojukwu. You drank with Ojukwu from the same wine. And at the end, you all left Aburi as men whose words were bond, as men who came with an agreement. Unfortunately, you were not man enough to stick with your own side of the bargain. I understand back then you were a young man. You were probably in your early 30s. You had what we call the youthful exuberance. You were full of life. You were ready to appease the cabal and the caliphate. You went all out to protect the interest of the cabal. Even though you were dating a Biafran girl called Edith. Edith was a Biafran woman who was pregnant for you. In 1967, you still went ahead to kill 7 million children of Biafra. And you dumped her. A heavily pregnant Biafran woman. You dumped her just to appeal and appease the cabal. To show them you are more leaning towards them. You dumped your fiancée, Edith. And she gave birth to a child. She gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. In a bid for you to still appease the cabal, you abandoned your child, your first son, Gowon. That's to show you the amount of wickedness this man has for the people of Biafra. That's your first love, Edith. A very beautiful woman, a virtuous woman. You let go your first love and her child, your son, your first son. You abandon them to appeal to the caliphate. And at the end, with all the bloods in your hands, you went for a conference and the cabal, they took you out of office. The whole country did not fight to keep you in power, to show you you are the best example of a useful idiot, a UI. You fought the war of the caliphate. You fought the war of Britain to keep Nigeria one, according to you. Now I am asking you, in the name of God, is this the country you chose to keep as one? Go on, you will not die. You will live to see my people free. You will live to see Biafra free. Just the way you abandoned your child, your first son. He went to America in his distress, in his confusion, trying to understand life, trying to understand why a father of his will abandon him. Your son went into crime and drugs. He became a drug dealer. He was locked in America for 25 years. And in his late 40s, that was a time when you know you are about to kick the bucket. You chose to turn around to make peace with your son when he was in his late 40s. He just left jail some few years ago. He spent a minimum of 25 years in jail in America. You did that to appease the cabal. You did that to keep faith with the caliphate. And what they paid you with was a coup. You were taken out of office like the child, the boy that you are. We saw the videos, we saw the footage of you looking around, looking perplexed in the meeting of all the nations. You rose up from your seat. You took your headset off. You were looking around when you heard the news of the coup happening in Nigeria, when you were far away in Abidjan. You were looking confused. You were baffled. You were troubled. And as the child that you are, you went upstairs trying to get a phone call. And the British media, the British press, a British journalist whom you fought to keep Nigeria as one, they came to your face with a camera and a microphone and they asked you, Mr. Gowon, we've just heard there was a coup in Nigeria and you have lost your seat as the president. What have you got to say, Mr. Gowon? You kept mute. That was a public embarrassment. Look at the place, the cabal, they chose to disgrace you. In the League of Nations, everybody was there, the who is who were there. And you were ousted out of office like a piece of rubbish. You are nothing but a useful idiot. And I pray to the God of Biafra that you will be alive until the 2nd of December. You will be alive. You must see the children of God rise again. You must see the children of the rising sun shine again. Lord have mercy. Man, when I think about this man, I just wonder, was it worth it? Was the killing of the youths, the unarmed, the women, the children, the elderly, the poor, was it worth it? Was this the Nigeria he killed my people for? Gowon will not die. He must live to see the people of Biafra be set free. I rest my case. Let the prayer warriors keep on praying. As our Prime Minister has declared, Mazi, Ekpa, Simon and Joko, let the prayer warriors keep on praying. You pray in the morning, pray in the day, you pray in the night, you pray in the wilderness, you pray in the mountain, you pray in your houses. Gowon must not die. He must remain alive to see the children of God regain their freedom. I rest my case. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you. Bye-bye. Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media.
Lord Logan. Bloomington, Lord Logan. And it's why Flora show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation. Ever since annihilation, nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hand, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hand, clap your hands. Biafra, Odudua, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.